All right, today, convicted killer Richard Allen set to be sentenced in 1 hour for the 2017 murders of Abby Williams and Libby German.
A jury found him guilty of murder and felony murder last month. Newly filed court documents revealing that Allen has chosen not to participate in the pre-sentence process.
And not only that, but that his defense team plans on minimally participating in that hearing today, arguing he was wrongly convicted for various reasons.
Fox 59's Kit Hanley live in Delphi this morning with how we got here and what we can expect. We understand you also have Russ McQuaid with you too this morning.
Yes, Angela, Daniel, good morning. That is right. We are back here in Delphi. You know, we were just here last month on November 11th, to be exact, bringing you that guilty verdict on Richard Allen. And we now know he faces up to 130 years in prison. Now, if that will be the case exactly, we'll find that out today in today's 9 a.m. hearing, so the sentencing hearing. I want to show you here behind me the people in line. There's about 18 people in line that are all trying to get a spot in the courthouse here, and there's 27 seats actually parked outside of the courthouse of others hoping to get one of the extra seats. We're going to bring in Russ McQuaid here. Now, Russ, let's talk about the memorandum that the defense dropped yesterday. They had mentioned that they're not going to be participating much in the hearing today. Can you explain that?
The defense has an opportunity, obviously, to offer not only letters of support in Richard Allen to make an argument there are mitigators that should lessen his sentence, and of course the defendant has an opportunity to address the court at the time of his sentencing. My sources tell me the defense has decided that Judge Gull's decision is foregone. They're expecting her to hit him with the maximum 65 years apiece, 2 counts of felony murder, 130 years, even though there are mitigators. He's a military veteran, he has no criminal record. They don't think that's going to make any difference. They're just going to bypass that, and more significantly, don't expect Richard Allen, if he addresses the court at all, to say very much, because one way to be contrite and to get a mitigator would be to say to the judge, I'm sorry for what I've done. Richard Allen, depending on his appeal, is not going to say that, plus Allen's family won't be here today to witness that, so this is going to be a foregone conclusion. This hearing may not last all day. You'll hear, obviously, from the victims' families. The prosecution and defense will make their arguments, but don't expect much feedback from the defense side of the table.
Very good to know. Now, what is the possibility of a new trial here in this case? Because we spoke to some of our sources who say there are a lot of instances where the defense could appeal this case.
When you go for an appeal to the Indiana Court of Appeals, you usually file based on a couple of issues. One, either prosecutorial or investigative misconduct or mistakes. Now, there has been some of that, admittedly so. But I think what you're going to see is the defense is going to file its appeals based on the judge's decisions. And over the past 2 years, we've seen a lot of arguments in court, a lot of motions from the defense that Judge Gull shut down, often without comment and without argument. Not only her attempts to have those attorneys removed from the case a year ago, I think what you're going to see is an appeal filed, and it's going to lean heavily on Judge Gull's decisions.
Yeah, and let's talk about a few of those. It was the photos that the Indiana State Police used during the investigation that weren't allowed to be used in the trial. What else was there?
Well, there was most primarily the third-party suspects, the Odinism, and the defense is going to claim that, well, we needed to show to let this jury know there were other potential explanations or persons who could have been involved in this. Judge Gull ran a very tight case, so she either streamlined it, broke it down to its essentials so there would be no extraneous information coming in, or she sent that jury in a direction where it could only make one decision. That will be the crux of the defense.
All right, Russ, thank you so much. We know that the sentencing starts at 9 a.m. Our Max Lewis will be in the courtroom bringing us all of the latest. And we did speak to a defense attorney not affiliated with this case who says, you know, if there's any issue that renders the trial is unfair, it's actually enough to request a new trial. And like Russ said, we don't know if that will be the case here today, but we should know more after this 9 a.m. hearing. For now, live in Delphi with Russ McQuaid, Kit Hanley, Fox 59 News.